There's no one that could lean against him. That was also because he picked a 5th, and it was into the Zeus and a Tuskar pickup. So...
Sumail Tiny then.
In fact, all of them apart from like S4, but he's got Sprite stun up on top. Arteezy under attack. But Chalice as well as X-Nova not healthy enough to dive Arteezy underneath the tower. They're not that strong just yet.
Sumail will get the room. Oh, this is bad news for Somnus.
Actually, he can do a lot of damage here. Sumail got the bottle charges as well. So if he can wait a little longer, 4 seconds, and with the extra movement speed underneath the tower, there should be first blood going the way of Sumail.
Super important for Sumail there to have both spells ready. He needed that perfect chaining of Avalanche into Toss to get the range and get the rune that maybe really wanted to steal away from him, but didn't manage, and this is a huge advantage in the beginning for the Tiny in the mid lane. Full level advantage.
Chalice ran back into this. They think he has enough, but no, he does not fly. One more Frost Blast available, trying to battle to get the Weaver Bug off the back of Arteezy and have his armor returned to him. X-Nova, Magic Missile, he has 9 stick charges and he's going to commit it with the Wave of Terror. X-Nova gets the rebuttal kill onto the core.
That's so much gold. Oh, Fly's in trouble too. If that stun comes off, yeah, he's dead.
Oh yeah, it's coming off. Underneath the tower, now the TP comes in from Sumail. And Chalice, he doesn't have Swarm back just again. Not yet. But Chalice is staying underneath the tower. Lich will begin his TP over. And X-Nova's cut a small path through. He doesn't have a lot of stick charges to work with, but they'll back out now.
This has been relatively quiet for now. Both teams seem to be getting some decent farm. Slight lead for S4 and the Enchantress, as is to be expected with this lane matchup.
And they're really trying to beat into Arme. As now he's locked inside, FY can just hook him back out again, but then the snowball, it brings in both Crit as well as S4 underneath the tower. FY is going to rot and slow him down. They're both very, very low. S4 comes most of the tower hits, and Crit brought in by the Pudge.
Oh, they're trying to dive him though. Oh, this would be a really big kill if they find Arme. Yep, they see him.
And there's your shards, locks him in. Crit needs more vision. Actually needs a mana. He can't snowball in just yet. Arme attacking up to S4 reveals his position, but FY has returned to the lane. He doesn't have any consumables, doesn't have a salve, so Crit just a 1-punch. Doesn't even require the Walrus punch. Doesn't lose his life. Snowballs up to the creep of the lane and then away to safety. Hook! Latch him and pull him back in again. That escape from FY. Not available anymore. Back off cooldown if you can get the vision, you can go for it. Meanwhile, up on top is Fly being chased down by X-Nova. Sumail, how much are you going to commit for this? Underneath the tower, one more hit. He needs a creep, and he got it. He'll kill off Somnus. The damage from the tower will be enough to kill Sumail in return. But a kill is a kill, and he goes the whole...
That is one of the most ridiculous dives I think I've seen in a long time. If there was one TP from anyone on the Radiant side, they could have just got that Sumail kill from that overextension.
They're going again over onto Arme. S4, the rot from FY is actually causing a couple problems with the level 2. He's got a hook about, and that's heavy damage into S4. Crit wants to keep the chase going, but FY body blocks it so Arme can turn around, get the searing arrows into the Tuskar. And revenges LGDs, even though, like, normally you just want to back off and farm one of the side lanes, but that's actually what he does underneath the shrine, but Sumail knows this. It's not like Sumail doesn't know how an alchemist is played. He'll come in and beat the crap out of him with a piece of bark. There's splinters all over Somnus for how many times Sumail is just connected with the tree, doesn't find the kill. 80 HP will be there, and Chalice and X-Nova have rotated in. Sumail, have you bitten off more than you can shoot? Tosses X-Nova away, but because he's got the swarm on him, no armor to work with. Fly's looking for a rebuttal kill into X-Nova, but that will not happen. There's been no one matchup if you let the Alchemist go into the jungle and just let Grievel's Greed kick in.
He has... The one thing you can do with Tiny in this situation is just push the wave really fast and start hitting the tower with your tree. And if Alchemist doesn't go and defend, he feels pretty bad about losing his tower. So that's one way to do it, but... Well... Looks like Sumail's going hunting again. Nope, Somnus doesn't have any of that. He's going to port back to base.
He has a haste rune and he managed to deward the Observer Ward. That's why he wants to go
bottom lane.
Bottom lane, yeah, that snowball coming in. Waiting for FY, who's waiting for the perfect hook. It goes a long way down, but he'll pull S4 up and supports arrive. Chalice does his TP, and FY already up to level 6, able to get the tier 1 tower in mid lane because of how he's playing this.
Yep.
So they fortify it up, but Fly and Crit, they do their own rotation. Shards fly forward, Somnus is trapped, has no way to get back out of it. Sumail will cut it tree for him by picking it up, but that's just more damage in for Evil Geniuses. Tossing up some, so he'll fall, and a huge swarm. X-Nova, everyone's coming. FY with a pullback into Dismember onto Arteezy. He wanted to haunt in and find a kill, but all he found was his own death. Charles can chase down Crit, and he cannot get the block off. Charles is just way too quick. Even an extra body block for him. Shikuchi up cooldown, and he'll run through and then destroy this Tusker. Wait for it. Up towards the creeps. Crit, he doesn't have a... Okay, yeah, you're dead. Dead.
I really like how...
Out from Fly, so he's going to come into this engagement with Half-Life, but Half-Life may be enough, especially when you got 3 players ready to fight. Arme caught in the corner, Avalanche and Toss, both from Samael, throwing S4 into the mix, and Arme will go down.
Everything that's happened, he hasn't been involved yet, but EG identify that that is indeed the case, and they will shut him down for a little bit now, so good move from them. In the meantime, however, they did...
Got him! Got him totally.
Yeah. See ya.
Like how Somnus just walks away, doesn't even
phase and just ran down really quickly, and the hook did not connect.
We have a blink reveal, but also X-Nova. He starts the TP out. Avalanche toss. It looks like they didn't check the inventory. Chalice will...
Rich, he can very quickly, compared to other heroes like Necrophos, he can very quickly counter-itemize by just buying Lotus or Manta.
Blink, Avalanche toss. X-Nova gets a swap off, so Somnus will be saved.
For now.
For now, Arteezy just haunts over. He's underneath the shrine, so extra regeneration for Somnus, but he does not have the chemical rage, and he doesn't have the friends. Clinks is moving over, so is the Pudge, and that's when they look for a little bit of a rebuttal, and Samael is the primary target. Dismember, pull him in. They have no stuns when he's in that, and the Avalanche toss, it does some decent damage, and thanks to the Dust, Crit gets the reveal onto Arme. They snowball forward, and they will get the kill into Clinks, but FY still with the search. No, it won't be enough. Crit has a triple kill. You want the money. All of it's coming into the man who's building the huge item, which is the Spirit Vessel. As long as he can live, he'll be very happy with his feast here. And S4 is the intimidation factor.
Still on a long cooldown, they're running down the shrine. And the reinforcements just aren't there. Like, Clinks takes very long to rotate over from the bottom side, and...
We get to come back live, and Arme, underneath his own set,
Fly dying.
Gets a hill, I believe.
Middle tower is under attack.
So this will be time for LGD supports to check.
Oh, Somnus is spotted.
Yeah, they're on the jump in. Alchemist. This is not what he wants to have happen. He's been sitting with this Radiance recipe. They're coming up for Arteezy, but Arteezy's backing up. That was the pings from EG. And he's getting closer and closer towards his Blade Mail. Okay, maybe not full pings from EG. He's got a fresh Frost armor, so that's 11 armor to get through. Chalice doesn't want any part of it. Hook. Well, okay. Grabbed Arteezy. The double damage rune's worn off. The Swarm able to connect onto Fly as well as Crit, but it doesn't really matter. Fly, FY is trapped in the middle of nowhere. He actually did. Well, I guess EG does. Yeah.
Ame, while beating the Centaur, should have enough health to stay alive for now against Samael.
Oh, Crit does. They see him so quickly. They did. He's still okay. Obviously, they didn't know about that observer and more dewarding to happen. But they still have this obs on top lane. Like Somnus is fighting, is farming underneath it, practically in the tower. He'll get a double concoction off, but Fly already got the kill. Committed chain
in the top lane now, though. So if they've pinged it out, they would know that there is a pike. This is a really important item for them to pay attention to.
He came for the bounty rune. He's going to try and outrun them. He used the shots to try and block him off. He'll go for the second bounty rune as well. He'll need to dodge the hook and then dismember. That's a kill.
He got how many runes did he get? Only one of them?
You got both the bounties.
That's worth it. I think it's worth dying for.
But he gave another level of Flesh Heap over to the Pudge, and now Avalanche toss buyback comes in from Crit, Spectral Horn into the back lines, the Blade Mail's turned on, and LGD! They're killing themselves! Crit tries to come in and capitalize on X-Nova, he's so low in life, now S4, oh, someone, okay, yeah, now they're gonna kill him off. 3 heroes lost. FY's TP will be able to complete, as the VS illusions kind of caused more. And Samael's on the hunt once more. They're looking towards the Clinks in the mid. He's farming up. Avalanche toss. X-Nova's there for the swap, but it comes way too late. In fact, it never even came at all.
It's hard to cast swap on a toss target. It's part of the strength of Tiny, actually, is how hard it is to save the heroes he goes on.
Oh, S4. Well, there's your first swap, and they tossed in the Tusker right into a Walrus Punch. Try and throw out the shards to catch out FY. EG never happy with just one kill, and here comes your snowball forward. Crit, no shards available just yet. Charles in the neighborhood, but he has no swarm available. FY, he knows he's dead. Tries to rob through it, won't be able to deny himself. And LG.
This is a long time. They're giving him information mid, though. They're showing all their heroes on that mid wave. So.
And he's coming in for concoction. He's going after Arteezy, and Arteezy... Oh, wait, what? He missed the target. He didn't get the toss off. Arteezy went into the trees, and now with the TP up from Crit, they're able to capitalize. Concoctus burning again, but he does not have time to get it off. Permanently stunned. And EG rotated. They showed everyone in mid, but they ended up having.
Well, in the moment, like, where is Alchemist? Is he trying to kill me? Just in case, let me start running toward the tree line. And he was.
Yeah, he burned the blade mail. Perfect dust right on max range. Clips Chalice. Walk over and finally get rid of that observe ward that Script was highlighting previously. I think X-Nova's a little bit worried about going for it. There's your hook, pulling back Samel. They just flip him, toss him, everything. FY is just a pancake. And they're looking for a little bit more. Arteezy into the back lines. They've got extra help, and Somnus isolated. What? He cannot fight back without killing himself.
That looked like item.
Yeah, and Somnus actually needs to TP out practically in 3 seconds or he's dead. In fact, make that 1 second. Right now, he needs to go. Too late. Here comes your snowball forward. If he even TPs, it won't achieve anything. He just throws out the concoction, but already dead. Bombs away. How are they where's the detection? Like, there's no gem on the Tuskar.
He just got a dust. He blink dusted. Didn't catch him though.
FY finds his target. Goes in after fly, but then support's going to arrive from both sides. Armate dusted up. FY with the hook, able to get the kill over onto fly, but really, is this cost worth it? He had the blade mail. He wants to get a little bit more damage because he's making.
Because I think the defensive swaps are not going to cut it anymore. If EG starts pushing, you got to find that key kill.
Clinks, he doesn't need that sentry ward, tries to open up after fly once again. The hook pulls him back, and the swap. Arme barely survives that. Impetus did so much damage because of the drag back. So VS will die, but Arme, he was ticking down to the Spirit Vessel, still affected by dust for half a second. Now will wear off, gets more life, secondary does crit, taunts him, and then punches him. Style is there, hook back, Arteezy. Just pops the Manta Style, makes it impossible for FY to fight him. And the tier 3 tower has fallen. EG, 8 second charges. And Chalice looks for his own targets. 3 heroes around the front of Roshan, then runs away. There's just so much vision for EG. They have the Observer and Sentry up, so there it is. Reality ripped in. X-Nova becomes target number 1. Burns down to the Radiant, and there's just no way for LGD to fight. Chalice at least gets his BKB off, plus the timeless, but that doesn't matter. Arteezy hits like a truck. 3 heroes down, wondering why are we outside the base dying?
Yep. I think, you know, at some point you gotta just try. You gotta take the chance and go for the fight. And they tried to find an opening, it didn't work. This is definitely the mid-rack's gone. Somnus is standing here with the Radiance, just dealing whatever damage he can, but...
He also wants to pick up the Blade Mail, because there's no way he can stand in a fight either unless he has that up and running. And EG are gonna claim 2 lanes of racks. Nothing can stop this from LGD. The only thing that stops the third one is the fact the tier 2 tower is still alive on the top lane.
The thing EG has done such an exceptional job at this game is identifying what the continuous Alchemist 10 times. Like, you can't really counter this lineup more than this. They shut down the Invis heroes, they shut down the Alchemist. That's it, that's what you're gonna do, and they've done a really, really good job this game.
And right now LGD are trying to make the play for the Melk Award. The run's coming out, FY looking for a good hook line. Arteezy is revealed, they swap him back down again into the hook and dismember, hold him in. Crit comes in for a snowball save. Yep, he'll pick him up and drag him back out again over towards Arme, who thought he was safe, sitting on the sidelines, but it doesn't happen when Crit's there, holding onto the gem. They see all, they win all. EG take game number 1 against LGD. And they hold their number 1 position in this group, even though there's still 1 more game to play in this series.
And his last pick, Alchemist, just fell flat, really.
Yeah.
Instant stun against both Ursa and Weaver is really, really nice. It's not as good against Tiny, but the other 2 cores he deals with well. He sets up his team nicely. When do we start seeing the minute 0 sentry wards come out in mid? To just even before the waves meet.
Does Fly run over for the other? Like, Charles can level Burrow Strike and get the stun timing right. He'll be able to get the stun over onto S4 with Bramble. Fly was still able to get the bounty rune, but it's first blood onto the Weaver. So Evil Geniuses, is it going to be worth it? Well, the SK is getting nothing on bottom lane. Like, he's finally having a creep wave push up so we can work with this. Samel's getting forced back a little bit while up on top. Arteezy going in deeper, gets hit by the Splinter Blast. So low on life, but has a salve, so this is all intentional. But S4's gone 5-1 against the SK 1-0. It's been a rough world, and oh, okay, Arteezy, he's actually running down X-Nova. Under the tower's a little bit more difficult. Even though we got 4 of the swipes on, they are level 1s. Burrow strike on bottom, heavy damage after the Weaver. Once again, they get the pop. Fly can't do enough to stop it. Ended up having to soul rip aggressively into Chalice. And
he's
actually,
dead too.
yeah, Burrow strike. There's Mango into Burrow strike inside the tree line. And then from the realm, FY.
Oh, wait a second.
Where'd the damage go? You've got support arriving from S4. Fly is still alive. He had 1200 HP. FY will be able to get the kill in return.
FY didn't charge his Shadow Realm long enough. I feel like that should have been a kill right there.
Yeah.
But maybe there were a couple of extra stick charges from Fly that I didn't hear or didn't see at the time. And well, they do get the kill trade-off, so not the biggest of deals there. But still, this bottom lane for LGD, sure they're getting a couple kills, but Sand King CS is not looking too hot right now with the 4-0.
Okay, that's just, yeah, it's not looking great because he's been waiting for Caustic. He got Burrow Strike early on. He can't sit inside a Sandstorm because he's going to get decayed and the Sentry Woods in the lane. So it has to be Caustic lane presence doing his work. Crit's lane presence is great. Forced Arme out of the lane. While Somnus, he's feeling a little bit more intimidated to the double damage of Sumail.
The really good thing that LGD have got going for them bottom that they've taken advantage of is how easy of a setup the Sand King stun is for Brambles and how much damage the Brambles deal.
Oh, S4, great run around, using that extra movement speed of Shikuchi to find Chalice, and he gets him around, had the vision past the tree. But at the same time, he's up against Sumail's Tiny, who's just having an absolute field day. And they're going again up on top. Decrepify, Blast, as the Winter Wyvern, who's the primary focus. And Arteezy just rips him apart. Then on to bottom lane, they just don't stop there. There's LGD looking for their own revenge, getting the Cursed Crown onto S4. The Fly can kill.
Yeah, they don't have enough damage to kill this hero on this lane. It's the Weaver or nothing. And going on the Weaver is a bit tricky too, a lot of the time with the Soul Rip back up. Fly, is he gonna try for this?
Crit's having another crack up on top.
It's not happening. Oh, he keeps going!
Wait, he's actually going in?
Oh, I got him!
Decay?
Wait, what? How's that enough?
It's about it. And Clinks is moving. Somnus is coming down to the bottom lane. They've been so aggressive. S4 Shikuchi's forward, and Somnus, he's going to be ready to open up with a Burrow Strike. That's a quick and easy kill onto the Undying. They don't have enough damage normally, but with the effect of Somnus, there is Arme through the tree. He gets over the Splinter Blast and the Arctic. Never able to connect from Dark Willow.
They have 2 stuns in their lineup, and, well, technically Terrorize as well, I guess you could say. And only one is available.
Through the trees! Arteezy is trying to cut his way through the Cursed Crowns on him. They're trying to isolate, but Arme cannot take another hit. 6 points, or 6 stacks of the Fury Swipes. Now it's FY, he's got no abilities left. The slow on Arteezy will wear off. 2 seconds till Spectral Dagger, and that may not be enough. He's still got 6 charges, so 1 hit was all it was going to take from Arteezy. FY stands his ground, but Arteezy, he's a bear, he's a beast.
That's just such a great reward. Getting 2 kills in that situation. He leveled up to 6 at the same time, so he could enrage off the Bramble, and...
Oh, they're going after Fly.
Not very much going right for LGD in this game right now.
TP in from the Dark Willow. They're going to start with the Cursed Crown. Searing Arrows will be doing more than enough damage, and the Bramble's right on the money, and they're going to give the kill over to... well, went to FY. I don't think that was intended. Terminate, it's just not enough, but they find the Wyvern on top lane. Body block, slow him up, Fly comes over. Everybody get involved. You can at least get the Fury Swipe stacks up, and then boom, down he goes.
Hey, he bought himself for...
Obviously worth more than the 10-minute bounties to him, but he may want his life. That's an Invis rune. Tiny walks, point blank range, avalanche toss, throws it back into Fly, and with the Decrepify Blast, it got the Invis reveal on him thanks to Dust. EG can't no counter to this team fighting at all from LGD. They don't have the damage output from a Clinks. Dark Willow is kind of your only one to do it, maybe with the Burrow Strike here from Charles. FY, they just have to heavy man it up, and they will be killing off Sumail. Spectral Haunt. They're trying to chase for another one. They're going up after Fly now. Charles, with the boots, he has the movement speed only because the Spectral Dagger is slowing him up, but Arteezy comes in. Tombstones drop a double Burrow Strike, but now Terrorize gets them to run away. Epicenter from Chalice will slow them during the run, and FY looking for that extra damage, but he's getting drained out by Crit. This is their carry. This is the man who's going to the Shadow Realm right now. He cannot do so. No powers of Yu-Gi-Oh! Belong to him, and hey, this looks like a rinse and repeat. X Nova, 8 Fury Swipe stacks. for Arteezy to get that kill, and he'll come over for another one. SK's in the neighborhood, but maybe not that much. Somnus does a hell of a lot of damage with these searing arrows, and he sows up just in case, combining with the stick charges and with the Clinks, who's dusting up. They can see where he moves. Fly tries to help. He's got some stick charges, but Somnus tries to juke it on the high ground. Up, then down. Samael makes his movement over with the blink and is now gone.
As far as like, oh, there's a fight, that's great. He's just almost got a full tier 2 tower in the bottom lane.
Fly.
Oh, it's something. At least not for quite a while. It doesn't come to mind as a classic combo. It's pretty smart though. All the zombies take 2 hits each, so you just let them stack up a little bit and then
straight into the fight. You just got the Aegis more. Nice terrorize. Pug is gonna fall, and FY just goes in deep. Samael will fall too. Arteezy wants to fight. Remember, he doesn't have Blink Dagger. This happened so early on. Service and sentries give him so much confidence on this bottom lane. Able to scooch you away before the Brambles having its effect on him.
I think they should just deny this tower.
Wow,
it
Fly
will
just
fall
goes
inevitably.
in.
But they're baiting them, actually.
They get rid of the Observer Ward. Fly, well, okay, goodbye Clinks. And Xnova has to take to the sky. Down and away from Fly's tombstone.
Minute 15, they have 1 tower left, and they're probably going to lose all 4 bounty runes again here. Or maybe not, they can at least fight for this one.
Yeah, you got a little bit of help in the form of Pugner. Only gets a blast off.
Oh, they got one. And then if Spectre comes back, they'll be fine. But
they have their opportunity on bottom. They have Dust available as well. S4's going to reveal himself into a Terrorize, so no time lapse available. But with the Spectral Haunt, they ensure the kill. Fly was in. Then how much LGD commit to getting something on this map? There's always the trade-off from EG.
It costs. But it's still a big kill to get that Weaver. Who got the last hit on it?
Goodbye, Xnova. No, he gets a curse.
Yep, goodbye indeed. It's just gonna fly away. Good call.
I don't know if he can. Crit dies in the meantime. Nice searing arrows from Somnus, finding Fly, and he really just lays into him. The Dark Willow dies up on the top lane. Samael once again strong to build. Like, yeah, you'd love a Radiant. I think he probably still needs the Blade Mail, but does he even survive long enough to make the Blade Mail useful? Mid lane, there's your jump. So FY thought he was fine, but Samael may also just be based on how EG played the tempo. Or at the moment, he's just waiting for money. Xnova's got the Observer and Sentry up on top. Fly triggers off the dust. They're looking for Somnus. That's why Samael's got the double damage room, but Nova, he can probably cold and break. No, he can't!
Double damage on Tiny is always funny to see.
Coming in through the bottom, but Somnus has the information with the Observer Ward. That's why they're trying to run over and try and kill off Samael, but Somnus, he can just go after Fly. That's the easier pick off. Terrorize, well off target. Samael's already running away. No, it's actually on target.
Now he's running the other way for 1 second.
Back under the Sentry Ward. They saw S4 arrive. And they need to move further up, but this is the vision around EG. They have the Observer and Sentry up. Here comes Sand King. Blink Dagger is intact. Time-lapse already being used by the Weaver, and he actually has information onto Chalice. Now, no one's there to cop the epicenter. Finally gets 1 pulse and a burst strike into Ursa, but it's an enraged Ursa, and he's running out of teammates to do the damage. Sand King, yeah, he knows. He's in range, barely. And goodbye. 3 heroes down without buyback, probably about to be 4. In fact, it is. S4 gets the chase down onto Ev.
It's very telling that he didn't buy Yasha or Blade Mail.
So far, he's trying to find the farm. Everyone's dead. Fly and S4 rotate over, so start with the K. They get the swarm onto him, so the armor is starting to drop. He's got 8 1 charges. They'll come under the tower with the minions to fight with it. So he'll get rid of the beast to start with, and the curse from Xnova. Create space, get rid of the bloody skeleton, turns around and Fly is very, very low. Chalice, the Burrow Strike comes in. S4's forced to time-lapse out. They do lose Fly once more. That's now his 8th death of the game. While in mid lane, Clinks is being chased down. Arteezy and Crit working together, but Somnus, he's got the legs on him. Doesn't have the meat, but has the legs.
This game, and that's kind of the saving grace for LGD right now, is that the Spectre, it feels like they have something to hold on to. If he does get there, it will be big. Arteezy gets the badge.
He's looking for it.
And Terrorize.
He moves up, he turns around, and Enrage is going to wear off, and they just rip him apart. Hey, Somnus.
That's all I'm saying. 1 bad team fight. If LGD cut this lead from 13k down to 7,
Fly gets out of the bramble. He was doing some counter warding, and Observer Sentry's down. EG has all the information. They do burn Tombstone. Charles, the tree toss, it connects. He's got Burrow Strike off cooldown, and he's got to use it right now to get the distance away from the blast. And oh no, the Centaur!
I couldn't blink because of 1 Tombstone zombie.
Yep.
And it got the kill in the end too. Oh, that
It wasn't even the Centaur. The Centaur could have denied it.
Yeah.
But a 1 tombstone worth of damage and say goodbye to Xnova. It has not been his day. 0-6-6.
They gotta press the advantage here. They could get a possible lane of Rex, or at the minimum this tier 3 tower.
No fortification available.
Nope.
That tower's 1 hit away from death. Tiny just has to be in range to toss something at it. And they've got it, so maybe it's worth a denial from LGD.
A lot of respect being shown there by Sumail. Not going for the last hit on the tower in that situation.
Oh, they actually didn't deny it. FY had every opportunity to do so.
He could have definitely tried for it. But blast from Crit. He's also blasting out mid now, starting to deal serious damage to these range barracks in that mid lane.
Down.
Okay, so
we can't reach him.
Here's the challenge for Ame. How do you buy the relic?
Oh, hello, Arteezy. Potentially goodbye, Arteezy. Never able to enrage. They break the Aegis Immortal for little to no cost. Totally unstoppable if he jumps, and you've even got a Dagon level 1 on the Pugna. They're just going to nuke everything down, and a double damage on a Tiny. Sure, why not? Everything, including the kitchen sink and the jump forward. He goes for it. There's that BKB, and deleting FY from the game. He'll have to buy back, but that's that 10-second BKB. Wears off in 1. Fortification, keeping their racks alive. The double damage from Sumail, so there's another 10 seconds left. And now FY terrorizes. Get the hell out of my home is what he's trying to say. Chalice is waiting. Blinks in. Burrow Strike catches down on 2. Needs to back off once again. He didn't bring in the epicenter and fly in so deep. They'll get rid of both the Tombstone plus the Undying. LGD's Rax is alive, but S4 back in again underneath the Sentry Ward. They'll take the range and they'll look for the melee. Good Burrow Strike. S4, he's got cheese. He'll use that first, not the time lapse, and just Shikuchi's through Chalice to find the kill. Double kill for Somnus. So there was the revenge before the time lapse.
Yeah. I think a big thing in that fight for LGD was just... Oh, hang on.
Nice timing. They're going to drop the Netherboard, but that's...
He's dead.
That's... Okay.
Did you know that Pugna has 5 armor if it doesn't buy any items that give armor? And you die. Oh, speaking of... Oh, that was a really quick reaction from FY.
Yeah, he's inside the Bramble too. Maybe he can get a root onto Ursa, but he can't outrun it. The slow.
So the fight in the Dire...
There's a little bit more blind on the map for Evil Geniuses. Their wards starting to time out. They actually don't... In fact, if I see correctly, they don't have a single observer ward on the field. Just a couple of sentries, but at least they can see where Chalice is. The curse is there. Tiny will do almost no damage to Arteezy. So a curse being wasted. And no follow-up because they already put the Lincoln Sphere onto the Ursa.
Yeah, that's a pretty key cooldown, actually. This curse is going to be important in the coming fight for LGD to try to...
Roll dagger. There's a melee, Rax in the mid. Klinks is just cutting
First
through.
tower of the game!
Doing it in Klink style. Back behind the creep wave. No backdoor protection for tier 1 towers available. And they even have the fortification to slow it down. And FY nuked, gone, deleted.
Key kill again. Finding FY like they have with Arteezy and Sumail in these situations really opens up the fight a lot.
Yep. Somnus really wants to go. There's your Burrow Strike. Lincoln Sphere triggers instantly, and Arteezy capitalizes. Somnus, he's protected by the cold embrace, but they're draining out the magical damage. The protection does not last. The melee Rax is gone now, and their rope...
This is going...
It's arriving for FY. They need to clean up the mid lane. The mid lane creeps allowed them to just work it out, and there's your jump in! Wyvern has to instantly buy back. The Curse Crown is on Arteezy too. He'll be stunned off as he's in range. Wears off Chalice. The Terrorize trying to force Arteezy to run back in. They put the Lincoln Sphere on him as well as the live from Crit. So all sustain in the world. The tower is 12 HP, but Arteezy focuses on the kill. Then the tower. So Spectre is down, buy back. Now you go into the Spectral Haunt in the back lines. The Pugna is so low, the Radiance Burn was able to find the kill there. Crit sacrificed all of his life to give more Sumail. S4. They walk. Nice, quick Shadow Realm. Somnus was giving extra information, then the Bramble. They look over towards Fly with the dust as well. Nowhere to really hide in this. And Fly, well, they give him the Lincoln Sphere. They try and protect it, but the Curse Crown, it does not block it. So they'll kill off the Death Tombstone, take the 2 hero kills, and Roshan opens up. Your tier 4 towers are taking damage, but right now you can't let him have Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Orb, and Somnus has the double damage room. Swarm will come in. EG need to be able to contest this epicenter. Chalice, I'm waiting for him. The Burrow Strike comes forth, but then the curse. It's only Weaver beating into an enraged Ursa, and Sumail hits the backlines onto Somnus. LGD, I thought for a moment they had it, but I thought wrong. LGD, they actually get a couple of kills. I don't think wrong. FY in through the rear. And Armay strong enough to stand his ground and fight. Maybe not much longer. S4 still alive. Crit just Dagons him. Remember me? Hell just happened.
You know, Wyvern has really good intentions with that curse, and it kind of has to curse, I think, because else if he doesn't curse, the Spectre just dies. But I think he chose the wrong.
Mid so heavily to try and contest Roshan. It was that or the game was bust. And it's easy work for Crit, as well as S4. No one to really defend it. He'll burrow straight through. The tombstone's down for Fly. He can terrorize them back. Defensive Yule Scepter, actually. Oh, okay. Dagon does a great job. You can say goodbye to the SK, and I think this game is done.
He cast Epicenter into the Netherward. That hurts quite a lot, too. Yep, that's Megas. What does Mr. Dota play?
He can kill Fly.
Not anymore.
Yeah, okay, not anymore. He's coming way too close to what's S4.
Yeah, that hurts.
Hex is up! Now's the time!
I got Hex.
The dream! The dream is a reality!
Oh, there's a buyback on the Willow.
S4's underneath the sentry ward. And the Observer, they have good information. They do not have Epicenter. And they almost didn't have Arme. Blink forward from Arteezy. Looking for his target, jump into the back lines, and there's Clanks. And the damage, they still don't kill off the partner. El Sol ripping back up. Somnus is on the run, the Terrorize. He'll buy a little bit of space, but Tiny, actually the Cursed Crown. Somnus is able to outrun this. Chalice, of course, did die for the cause. Undying. Oh, Arteezy, stop hitting him. Too late. X-Nova lets the Splinter Blast go, so Undying will buy back to be part of this fight once more. Sumail did actually go down to FY, but the throne is under attack. Somnus, you can't sit. He's trying to get the death pact so he can come back out and come back in and try and fight. They're trying to get rid of the Nether Ward too. Arteezy, Curse Crown's on him. Somnus. Alright, well he finds another target. That's the dieback of Undying. He won't get back into this engagement. There's so much time is wasted. The game is done. They're delaying the inevitable. GG, well played. A 2-0 victory for Evil Geniuses, and that is the dream run for them in this group stage. They now go 9-1.